Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love and the unity. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Now take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love and the unity. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in friendship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Oh, but take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love and the unity. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Nice job, y'all.
All right, I go up now, right?
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. And happy Sunday. You were pointing at my shoes, right? And I was trying to get my jeans down there, so they're stuck to my leg. I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox, and it's my pleasure and honor to welcome you here to the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles. Well, hello to my CSLLA peeps that are online, Center for Spiritual Living Granada Hills. And I am your guest minister this morning, and you're going to come up, we're going to do Lighting the Flames of Faith, right? Let's come on up. So, how is everybody today? I love the energy. I don't know if you got the, as you got bigger in energy, the lights went darker. You have such power. I love it. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I love your, as I showed your hearts on the, yes. So we're opening with the lighting of the flames of faith. And I said in the first service, to say this often, one of the things I love about this ceremony, which is done in many different communities and centers around the globe and is done very frequently on Sunday mornings, I invite you to just think of all the times you've witnessed it happening, and to know that of all the times it has happened, in our philosophy, faith, and way of life, we believe that energy is not only contagious, but every time words have been spoken, an intent behind it that tunes into a level of consciousness that is always there for us to use it as we grow and evolve, and as a resource, if you will. And so let's do that now. I don't think my mic is on. We got my mic on? Can you hear me? What? That was funny, but I'm bum-ching. Okay, sorry, so here we go. Lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths and all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence. It's that which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So as we light the first candle, we do that for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. And the second candle is illuminated for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. The third candle is lit for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. Moving to the fourth candle, I love the way we do that for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. Moving to the fifth candle, for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. Expanding the light, we light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. Lighting the seventh candle, we do that for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. Moving on to the eighth candle, it's illuminated for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and of peace. The ninth candle, for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle is for all those who are yet unaware of the Spirit in their lives and the space that we hold with purpose and intention and compassion and awareness for them here in this room, at this moment, and at this center. And so as we wrap this up and the center candle is illuminated, we declare that the healing candle. And I invite you to silently put into the light the names of anyone that you would like to wish have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love, and I invite you to affirm to do that for yourself as well. Thank you.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
So please join me for a moment in a treatment, prayer treatment as we call it here. So this is what I know. I know there is a power in this universe and beyond that is so amazing, so beautiful, so vast, so loving, so healing, so joyous, so prosperous. And today I call it with so many names: God, Spirit, Infinite Light, Joy, Love, Mother, Father, whatever you call it, it's the same power. And I know today that you and I, each one of us, is one with this amazing power, and that it is flowing in, through, as, and for us on every level of our lives. So as I know that so clearly, I know that we gathered here today to feel this amazing power even more, to allow it to spread even further into us and into our consciousness and open us up even more, allowing more health, more vibrancy, more life force more prosperity, more joy, and more camaraderie, loving each other, not being enemies, but loving each other. I know today is a beautiful day here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills or Los Angeles. Both of them. And it is with such a joy that I embrace each and every person here, knowing that we have made this appointment, this divine appointment, to joyfully be with Reverend Dr. Keith and the rest of the gang and just grow in spirit and in joy. So with that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you for these beautiful gifts for all of us. And I release my word as divine law, knowing it is so. And please help me affirm this by saying, and so it is, amen. Gotta watch it so it doesn't go down in my chest voice. So, those that don't know me, my name is Agneta Byland, and I'm a practitioner here, but I've been gone for about 6.5 years from being physically here. I'm still in the background. I'm praying and doing all that good stuff, but I'm known for being deep and light. So, first, I just wanted to make sure that I bring you some inner peace. I love this from Trader Joe's, inner peace. It's always given me such a kick. But seriously, I am going to start with a joke. Everyone was seated around the table, and the food was being served. And little Jack, all of a sudden, he got the food on his plate, and he started eating right away. And his mom says, "Wait, Jack, until we've said our prayer." And he said, "Oh, I don't have to do that," said Jack. And his mom said, "Of course you do." His mom said, "We always say a prayer before eating at our home." "Yeah," he said, "but that's at our house," he said. "Now we're at Grandma's house, and she knows how to cook." So, inner peace. I'm here today to tell you that we have something amazing. We have this greatest force of the universe and beyond inside of us. Yes, it's an inside job. It really is. It's the core of us. And it's up to us to realize and remember and utilize this. And if you're anything like me, it's easy to forget sometimes. You start going, oh, and then, okay, let's plug in that electric outlet, the cord into the electric outlet that is already there, always there. God, Spirit, infinite light, it's always here. And it's always here, inside of us. Remember, during the prayer, I said, in us, through us, as us, for us. That's where Spirit is. And from the great book, How to Change Your Life, by Ernest Holmes, he says, "There's always a greater possibility available to you. There is a divine strength and an infinite wisdom at the center of your being, ever awaiting to be released. It will enable you to put more into life and to take more out also. A limitless creativity," I'm going to say that again, limitless creativity. Here's someone who knows what limitless creativity is. Beautiful music. Limitless creativity expresses through all that is and is always seeking a fuller channel of expression through you, and recognize that this exists and accept its action in your life. So we have this greatest force in the universe and beyond inside of us. And not only is this force powerful, but at the same time it's gentle, it's loving, it's funny. God is funny. And it's healing, and it's joyous, and it's prosperous, and all those wonderful things. However, like I said before, in daily life, it's easy sometimes to forget this. So I thought, how can I remind you and myself that God is on the inside? And I thought, I got to make a statement here so we never, ever forget that. So I came up with a way, and I couldn't think of any better way than this. So if you don't see this and you only listen to it, I actually have a sign on my chest. It's like the Superman sign, but it has a G instead. Super God. So this is G instead. And, I could have kept it S for spirit, but I liked kind of to change the logo, and it kind of was more fun. So I'm sure you're going to always remember that. So remember, Jesus said, ye are the light of the world. And that is God inside of us, God in us. And all that we are is God. And yet God is much more than all we are. So let's take a moment to close our eyes, please. Focus on your crown chakra, which is the top of your head. And then take a nice deep breath. This beautiful whitish, goldish light that is the God light. Good. Now take one more, and this time hold it. Breathe it in, hold it, and now pull it down into your heart, into your chest, almost like you're being branded by God. And you can breathe out now. And feel that big G sinking into your chest so deeply that it is as if you've been branded with it, allowing you to always remember that this amazing power is inside of it. To the point that next time you look in the mirror, you're going to see that G on your chest. And with the help of Ernest Holmes' words, please say after me, I know that I am in a silent partnership with God. I know that I am in a silent partnership with God. Today, tomorrow, and every day. Today, tomorrow, and every day. I accept the creative action and direction. I accept the creative direction and direction of the Spirit within me. Of the Spirit within me. Wonderful. So thank you. Always remember, God is all there is, and God is the silent power behind everything. And remember now that this power is always inside of you, and it is light, love, and joy, and it resides inside us, and we are never alone. Thank you for letting me share.
When the road gets narrow and you cannot turn, and you can't tell left from right, now there's a lesson that you should learn. You gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Darkness falls on your brightest day, and it turns into an endless night. What will lead you home? A different way. Walk by faith, not by sight. Not by sight. Come to understand. Not by sight. To the promised land. Not by sight. You'll see the distance made. Not by sight. You gotta walk by faith. I spent a long time wandering here and there, just looking for a place to hide, but I mistook going for getting somewhere. Gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Now if you're looking for a shadow 'cause the sun's too bright, you know 99 and a half won't do. Don't take the path of least resistance when wrong seems right. Walk by faith and not by sight. Not by sight, you'll be glory bound. Not by sight, to the higher ground. Not by sight, don't slow your pace. Not by sight, gotta walk by faith. Walk by faith, not by sight. Well, now if you stumble and you should fall, you might lose your will to fight, but conquer self and you can conquer all if you walk by faith, not by sight. If your soul seems empty and your well runs dry, you can't see, but you know you ain't blind. There's one more option that you should try. Walk by faith and not by sight. Not by sight, you'll be glory bound. Not by sight, to the higher ground. Yeah, not by sight, don't slow your pace. Not by sight, you gotta walk by faith. You gotta walk by faith. There you go. Walk by faith.
Walk by faith, but with the amazing Teresa James. Give her some more love. All right, we have some announcements, and I still have to kind of like pinch myself, that I'm here. So great to see you all, and to see new faces too that I've never seen before. All right. So practitioners are available today in the treatment room for a 2-minute tune-up. And if you're a licensed practitioner, please raise your hand. There you go. So you can ask some of them to give you maybe a quick treatment too, if you want. And you can also find practitioners on the CSL.org, or CSLGH.org, I should say. Wednesday, March 26th. There you go. At 7 p.m. What a nice couple. Yeah. And they're powerful too. So please join us for Science of Mind Open Forum Discussion Group reviewing more of the Living Science of Mind essays. This evening is facilitated by Reverend Dr. Maureen Hoyt and Reverend Nancy Woods. Thursday at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30, there it is, p.m. Tai Chi class is taking place. Nancy Shriver, who's sitting in the back, who's very flexible in many different ways. And she's facilitating the class. And come and experience the benefits of adding movement and flexibility. See, it was there too. Thursdays at 7 p.m., AA holds their recurring open book study, and all are invited to attend. Kindly remember, for church attendees, Easter Sunday is on April 20th, and we will have one service only that day. Only one service on Easter Sunday. And that's going to be at the 10:30 a.m. So you get to sleep in a little later if you usually come to the first service. That's right. Thank you. And let's see. Do you have the gratitude box? All right, come on over. So here comes Chloe, and we're going to see what's in the box. Oh, you're so excited, yes. All right. Oh, that's a long one. All right. Should we read it together? All right. I am grateful for my family, friends. I'm grateful for the universal spirit. I'm grateful for all the spiritual values, maybe. We'll say that. I'm grateful for the writing is deteriorating as the note goes down. Yes. Beautiful, grateful for beautiful creations. Wonderful. Thank you, Chloe.
Look at the synchronicity of Chloe's t-shirting yours.
Oh, yes, look at that.
Yeah, wonderful. I love it. Yay.
I remember going to teen camp since when I first came to the center, and I remember since I was 13.
Awesome.
And I just turned 30, so.
Yes, that's right, 30. Woo-hoo. Thank you, Chloe. All right, and now we're going to move on to our Declaration of Principles. So let's say together. Stand up. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal too, and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all. Wonderful.
Y'all sing with me now. You are the, I am the heads, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. Let's sing it one more time. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world.
Yeah, Teresa James, you're a blessing to the world. And another blessing that we can be ever so grateful for is Agneta. Girl, I think the G stands for girl. You something else. So in just using the Declaration of Principles that we just affirmed, I'm going to open with a story that I think reinforces certainly my own interpretation and hopefully, not hopefully, and my application of the principle. We honor the unity of all life. As I shared in the earlier service, and when I say earlier, in my mind it was early, because I rolled in yesterday evening after having spent 48 hours in Palm Springs. I started to say Vegas, because even though we're in Palm Springs, it felt like Vegas, with a group of 40 plus, almost 50-year-olds who thought they were 20-something-year-old, and it was a bachelor party, and let me just say those words speak for themselves, right? So I rolled in last night, having felt very blessed that I did not hit any traffic whatsoever, and got home and unpacked the car and reconnected to my little four-legged spiritual offspring, Sadie, who had an overnight away at her grandparents' house, Auntie Roger, and it was really a good thing. And I got home, and after I got the car unpacked, had consciously not stopped on the way home because I wanted to get home in a timely manner. And all I really wanted once I got in was just a little bit of quality chocolate. And I walked into the kitchen. Anybody ever been there where you're just like, just a piece? And I've been on a physical transformation in my life, so I don't eat the entire chocolate bar like I used to. I just will portion some of it out. I was so excited to go get the little portion out of the cabinet, and I opened the cabinet door and reached in to pull it down, and I was so excited. I wasn't even really paying attention. All of a sudden, I felt something on my hand, and I looked down, and my hand was covered in ants, as was the chocolate, as also was a trail in the cabinet. And in that moment, as I see them walking on me and I see them up there, I immediately took a deep breath in and thought to myself, do not freak out. Let's start with that. And also tap into what I know as a practicing metaphysician in the teaching of the Center for Spiritual Living and teaching the science of mind. And don't smack or kill them. Like they're all the unity of all life. There's consciousness taking place in all of this movement of ants, even though it appears as if they had taken my chocolate that I didn't want to eat with ants in it and changed the outcome that I had intended to happen. Now, granted, I just want you to know I do have a backup of chocolate, so it's not like I was emptied at that point. But I lovingly took the ants and put them in my hand and walked outside and placed them in the trash receptacle and blessed them as I walked away and came back in. And my evening had been changed, as did the trajectory. And I had some chocolate and went to bed and got a decent night's sleep and got up this morning and thought, wow, that was interesting. How is that going to tie into what I want to say today? And with that, a meme posted up on my social media that fits perfectly in what I want to share today and my objective and my message for us. And it's from the Buddha. And it says this: everything is temporary, so try not to get too attached. Anyone had a moment or a time in your life right now where you're finding yourself getting too attached to anything in life? What may be going on in your personal life, or whether the morning showed up, or you really wanted a piece of chocolate, it didn't happen, or the political structure in our country has taken a radical turn. My intention this morning is for us to open our minds to be willing to set the intention to be able to cultivate a mindset, a lifestyle, so that we can live our lives as a way of being unattached from what's showing up in our life. To remember that at all times we're participating in the co-creative process of life, and that's unfolding for us, through us, as us, at a micro level. The moment of chocolate, the moment whether or not to smack the ants, the moment or not to walk to the trash can, the moment or not to be angry or excited, or to feel pompous that I didn't kill them, right? Like none of that is good stuff in the micro moment, while also understanding that it's vital that we do pay attention to our mindset to the best of our ability in those moments by moments by moment by moment situation, because that is what is developing the consciousness that is unfolding at the macro level. It's important to go through life with an understanding and an intention of being detached to the outcome, which doesn't mean that you don't have an interest in the creative process. It just means that you understand that there's only one portion of the creative process that we play a role in. Ali Ibn Abi Talib writes this: detachment is not that you should own nothing, but nothing should own you. Yeah, powerful, right? Cheers to Ali Habib. But what I want us all to ask ourselves today, where in our life are we allowing stuff to own us? Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that it has the deed to our mind, but it may have a moment-by-moment proprietary engagement with us, that we may let it be taking over our life, and it's manifesting itself in the form of a sickness or an illness or just being annoyed with what's unfolding in life. It's important for us to know that as we become more and more detached from life, in other words, more and more setting ourselves free from being attached to what shows up through the creative process, the more willing we are then to open ourselves up and align ourselves with our divine nature, and then live, like Teresa's song just said, from a place of faith. From a place of faith. The acronym for faith that I love, I learned years ago, is this: a full assurance in the heart. A full assurance in the heart. meaning that we're willing to allow the essence of love to guide us with every decision, every moment of forgiveness, every action, reaction, interaction with the thing itself to the best of our ability. And even when we feel like we don't live up to that, be willing to be detached from our feelings around that and forgive ourselves, set the intention, and begin again. A great example of knowing that we don't really know how things are going to unfold is when we as ministers are put into place or invited to come guest speak somewhere. It's oftentimes not the week or the day before that we're asked to determine a title for our talk. And sometimes it's weeks in advance. And as Reverend Dr. Maureen will know, you just pull one out of the sky, because so often when those requests come, it isn't like, hey, I want to plant the seed that you'll come up with a talk title, and can you get back to me with that in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 days, or an hour? Usually it's like, I'd like to have your talk title, meaning now, right? And so oftentimes we let that go by kind of fly by the seat of our pants, if you will, but not really, because it's Spirit really moving through us saying this is exactly what needs to be addressed in that moment on that day. And my talk title for today was, well, it's that time again. And at the time, I didn't really know what that meant. I know I'll play with that. I thought it'll be spring. I can come up with it relative to spring. But in feeling what that means to me and the journey that I've been on in my life of late, and I'm assuming that all of you has been, is that what time is it again? Well, the time that it is again is this time. It's now. That's exactly it. It's now. And when is the next now going to come into play? Now. And when is the next now? Now. And that is an example for us of tuning in to using our mind, which is the power of the divine expressing itself through us in a way that is not only impactful in our life, but is a conscious use of our co-creative power in using it. One of the great resources, in addition to God, there, is this modern thing called AI. And I looked up, okay, well, it's that time again. What does AI tell us about that? AI says it's that time again is an idiom that means something is happening or occurring once more, or that a particular event or situation is happening again. The phrase "it's that time again" is a way of saying that a specific event, activity, or situation is happening again or is recurring. What is happening again? What is happening again? One of my great teachers, Fred Wilson, used to say, well, opportunity is everywhere. What that means to me in this moment is opportunity, the opportunity for you and me to align ourselves with our divine nature is happening again right now. And then it's happening again right now. And the more that we live from the place of understanding that all that's unfolding in our life is definitely a result of what's taking place in mind, our mind, the individual mind, and the collective mind, yes, that's true, but life isn't about what we see. It's important to remember that we are one with that is giving and causing that which is showing up in form. So to not judge life based on what's happening in the outer world, but to stay tuned in to that which is in the inner world, as Agneta was telling us, and use our mind in a way as effectively as possible to transform that which is in the external world. But once again, remembering it's not about that which is happening. It's about who we know ourselves to be, and to use who we know ourselves to be as a tool for transformation. Another great little meme that I received, which I thought was appropriate for today, was Happy Now Here, as opposed to Happy New Year. Happy Now Here. Let's all say that to each other. Happy Now Here. Look to each other. 1, 2, 3. Happy Now Here. And then it goes, see how it all changed? Right? It didn't change because you were like, oh, that's funny and cute. It changed because you all smiled when you said, Happy Now Here. And the smiling is an example of using your energy in a way that is propagating that which was inherent and innate within you. Once again, like Agneta just taught us, that we have God within us. And part of the qualities of God that is within us is joy. And so when we tune into that joy and radiate that joy and share that joy, it must come back to us because that's its nature. So Happy Now Here. It is this incredible gift called life. Now is the present moment, it goes on to say. It's important to remember that when we tune into this present moment, we're tuning into the highest, most whole state of being and living in our truest nature. And as we do that, that gives us the opportunity to be present in the moment and to be present in the moment. And as we're present in the moment, we are contributing to healing taking place of our planet. Anyone here think that healing is necessary today? Yeah, but I think that probably many of us, and I'll include myself in this, oftentimes when I think that healing needs to transpire on our planet, that comes with a bit of arrogance from my perspective. And the arrogance is, well, I want the world to heal, and here's how I want it to look, right? Here's how I want it to feel. Here's how I think you should act in the process of our healing. Not you, but out in the outer of our healing. And when we understand that's not the way it works, that's what old school metaphysicians called outlining, right? Outlining the outcome, so to speak. I just made that term up. Outlining the outcome, then we're no longer coming from a place of our essence. We're coming from arrogance. We're letting our ego drive us as opposed to our essence. The great Dr. Marx Hubbard says that we're here to live as conscious evolutionists. And to live in a state of conscious evolution means that we live from our essence and not our ego. Well, how do we do that? We do that by remembering that I am God as an expression of God, an individualization of God, and what that means is inherent within me is peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. But that's also within you, and so for me to get to experience and acknowledge that which is within you, then it is incumbent upon me to express that, because the energy that goes out is magnetic and it will draw back to it exactly what it is. And so when I say happy now here, you lovely beings of joy, peace, power, beauty, light, wisdom, and love, and you all smile, then you want to bring, or you do, give back to me more of what? That which it is. That's how healing happens. It's not that I do that and then think, well, 14 of you sent it back, but 2 of you didn't. So now I'm going to punish the 2. It's not the way it works. It's like, the law of detachment means I'm going to give it, and it shall come back to me in whatever rhythm of creation, the life of creation, is doing its thing. And the thing for us to remember is it's always doing its thing. Mental healing is what we're talking about in the moment. Ernest Holmes says mental healing means mind healing. To heal means to make whole. Healing is the result of clear thinking and logical reasoning. Clear thinking and logical reasoning. Imagine if we were to go through our life on a day-to-day basis with the sole intention of living from 2 actions in life. Clear thinking. What would that be? Clear thinking. I am that I am that I am. And that which it is me. And it's every other sentient being in life, as we acknowledged in the lighting of the flames of faith. And I set the intention to live from my essence and not my ego. The logical reasoning is we live in a universe that is governed by spiritual law, just like physical law, and so it must respond to us by providing a corresponding effect. And because it's not bound by time or space, it's not going to respond to us in the forum of time and space. It's going to respond to us energetically and rhythmically. So once again, that which we give must return to us. And so we must remember then to give that from our essence and to receive it from our essence. And to give it from our essence and to receive it from our essence. And when we stop doing that, once again, we're living from the place of letting our ego drive us and not our heart. I was sharing in the earlier service that one of my mantras in the last few weeks is I've really made the decision when the political structure changed in our country of late to not tie in a lot and listen to a lot of news. That in my past, when I had tuned into that which I don't find to be productive at the moment for my own well-being, I've decided to listen to other things. I listen to Abraham Hicks a lot. I listen to Louise Hay. I've even been recently listening to a Christian channel that my sister sent me. And I've been consciously and purposefully listening to Christian prayers out loud so that I can absorb the energy and check in with myself as I'm out walking, whether or not I'm judging what I'm hearing, right? And I'm doing it with intention. Now, one of the other reasons that I do that is because there are many moments on that journey when I do judge it, right? I know when I'm judging. We all do, right? We know we are. The key to the judging journey in life is to not beat ourselves up around it, to let go, to open up, and to remember that the impersonal, infinite nature of God that's always there for us, waiting for us, is ready to bring forth more of itself through us if we're willing to let ourselves be the vessel. And so oftentimes I will chant to myself that beautiful prayer of, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Now that sounds pretty much like clear thinking about to be built up with logical reasoning to me. And the courage to do what? Change the things I can, which sometimes means turning off what I'm watching or listening to, which includes the judging that comes up, and then the wisdom to know the difference. And I think there's a piece of that that's missing that I'm going to add. Not only the wisdom to know the difference, but then to act in accordance with the wisdom that shows up. And sometimes that's really, really easy, right? And sometimes it's not. But what's continually unfolding when it's challenging or easy is, well, it's that time again. It's that time again to do what? As metaphysicians, we're taught that it's that time again then to turn inward, as Agneta said, but not just turn inward in an act of surrender, turn in with an action of intention, of declaration and purpose, and then open up and see how the power of the divine can bring itself forth through us and shine its light. I so oftentimes listen to music on my journey of learning to let go and let God, an affirmation that we use often in this teaching. And one of the things I like to listen to is the great Ricky Byers, and she has a multitude of wonderful metaphysical music, and some speaks to me and some it doesn't. I'm sure that's the case for you, but the song that she wrote and that was written also with the beloved Michael Beckwith is a song of invitation. Now, some might think it's a song of instruction, but I believe it's really more of invitation, and it's titled Use Me. You guys familiar with it? We're going to sing it in a moment. But I want you to hear these lyrics and allow it to be absorbed by your soul as either an instruction or an invitation, so that as we all leave this gathering that we have today and move forward, that we've set the intention to be more tuned into the moment by moment by moment by moment, to allow the power of God, our superpower, to express itself through us that we've been taught to do earlier today, and then to be open to how it shall show up. The lyrics are this: use me, O God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide, as you show me all that I must do. Now, when you hear that part, it's really important to not let your ego check in as to what you think you should do. It's saying, and show me all that I must do, meaning as an expression of the divine itself. It goes on to say, I used to think that God was the sun. Well, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. It's the creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. I want to close with telling you a story that I shared with my community last week, and I've shared with them several other times, because I think it's so poignant and appropriate as to the journey that we've each made a commitment internally to go on. And it was several years ago, I was out walking my previous four-legged spiritual offspring named Sadie, and Sadie was in the declining years of her life, if you will. And I was walking in my spiritual practice moment, and I had my earbuds in, and I was listening to someone give us a prayer and or a meditation as I'm walking down the street. it's saying to the person listening, I need you, not I need you, but basically state this affirmation out loud. And the affirmation is, I offer my light to everyone. Say that with me. I offer my light to everyone. Within less than 15 steps, I was stopped by a woman who I occasionally see out walking in the neighborhood. And she works as a housekeeper at the house right behind me near our dear friend. Nancy's right down the street. And this beloved being of light is always smiling and speaks mostly in Spanish. And she looked down at my little declining, aging, beloved spiritual offspring, Sadie, and she smiled and asked me a question about Sadie, to which I didn't understand in the language that she was using, which is Spanish, because I don't speak Spanish. And I said to her, no habla español, and she looked at me and in English, a little broken, said to me, how old is Sadie? And I told her Sadie's age, and at the time Sadie was about 10 and a half. And she smiled and pointed to Sadie's gray snout and said, me too. Not that she had a gray snout, but she said, me too. And I chuckled and pointed to my gray beard, and she replied, me too. And we both chuckled in that moment. And as I turned to walk away, she said quite distinctly and proudly, I love you. And I smiled at her and said, thank you. And as I continued to walk away and got to the stop sign about to cross the street, all of a sudden, as I felt myself being awash and aglow in the exchange, I immediately remembered that the 15 steps prior to engaging and encountering this beloved woman, I had said aloud, say it with me, I offer my light to everyone. And what happened in that moment? The universe responded, because that's what it does. It responds. It's ready to support you. The great Dr. Petra Wells, who wrote in her daily word for CSL Dallas these words, the universe is ready to support you. You get to decide the kind of life you want to experience by deciding what kind of person you are. You get to choose the life you want to express by choosing character, integrity, and possibility. The bigger you get on the inside, the bigger your life becomes. The more loving, peaceful, and positive you are on the inside, the more the universe reflects this back to you in ever increasing ways. The more you can imagine making of your life, the more you get to manifest. So dream big, embody your truest self, and imagine the life you want is your life now. What time is it? It's now. You ready to sing a song? Yes. You're welcome. So Teresa will take you through the lyrics, right? Yes.
I will.
You.
Y'all know this one, don't you? Use me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars are all of creation. God is creator, all in all, leading us to shine its light as me, as you command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine his light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you.
so lovely. Thank you. Teresa did that spontaneous, by the way. I had to use the lyrics of that song in the first service, and she came to me. She said, "Would you like for me to sing that song as a second?" I said, "Yes." And she was in the back transcribing notes and keys and all this. So thank you, Teresa James, everyone. Thank you. So now is the opportunity that we have to support our community financially. And so Chloe's going to bring forward the basket, and you'll have the opportunity to come forward and make a financial contribution and support this community as it grows. And if you're online, you can do the same through the website, I believe, or there may be a graphic that can show you that. If you're with Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, Robert is going to put into our chat window the link for you to do that there. And please feel free to come forward, and with great pride and a sense of your essence guiding you, let's make a contribution to support our community. To what? Your essence. And then we'll and Francis.
Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me, Spirit gives through us, Spirit receives through us, Spirit lives and breathes through us, Spirit lives and breathes through us.
And so once again, if it feels comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and let's become conscious of our breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do that again and take a deeper breath. And as we exhale, feel the shift that has unfolded as we allowed ourselves to breathe deeper, appearing to have gotten more air. We just accessed the infinite amount of air that's already there. That's an example to us of the good that exists in our universe. And so we let that remind us of the way life flows and unfolds through us as we continue to give, so that we experience and express more and more and more of that which is. My beloved teacher, Dr. David Walker, used to say, "One can't give with a clenched fist." He would say that so that we understood not necessarily that you just had to throw everything you had out to the universe, but understand that as you open your hand, not in a clenched fashion, you open up to the flow of good that is there more and more and more. And so I affirm that for each one of us here today, for all that's watching online, for all the communities, CSL LA, CSL Granada Hills, and all communities that propagate those that are becoming more and more aware of their spiritual nature. We affirm that the blessings are unfolding. Good is expanding in our world. We let it be us saying together, and so it is. Hi, so I get to ring a bell, and we have a young person coming up. Or do you want to ring the bell? Come on up.
So we have Mia today. Chris was doing homework, so tell him about the bags.
So since it was St. Patrick's Day, I drew a leprechaun on one of the bags, and yeah.
What's inside?
There's I don't remember.
Toiletries and water, and one special thing that I found that I didn't even tell her to do, the cards.
Oh, so I put cards in them, and it says, like, God loves you, or, like, you're loved so they feel appreciated.
That's new. We've never done that before. And it has a pretty flower on it, which is really nice, really good. And what you just said, my mother-in-law used to always say, a giving hand is never empty.
I love that. Tell me your name.
Mia?
Mia. Mia, we just did something earlier that we're gonna say something to you. We want you to receive it. And the term was, I offer my light to everyone. Right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. I offer my light to everyone, meaning we offer it to you, Mia. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
What a great day. Just an awesome day. Thank you, Mia. So, okay, there, perfect. So let's do a closing treatment. So if you want, close your eyes. And just take a nice deep breath. Just be in the moment. Be now. And now. And now. Just like Reverend Dr. Keith said. And allow this moment to be filled with gratitude and love. That divine love that is so amazingly big that we can't even fathom it as human beings. That is so all-encompassing. That love that never leaves us alone. That love that is so inclusive. And that love that exists now, now, now. So thank you today to Reverend Dr. Keith, to Teresa, to the sound and light guys in the back, to everyone that has been of service, and to every one of you here and everyone online on YouTube, wherever you are. Know that you are one with God. Remember, God is inside of you, and you are expressing so beautifully as the divine. So go out, do some good, spread that light and see the light in others. And be that love and light from this moment on. So, with a grateful heart, I release my word as divine law, knowing it is already so. And we affirm this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Let's sing.